What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the move that the Toronto Blue Jays made just a bit under 48 hours ago. They brought in Jackie Bradley Jr. for the rest of the season on an MLB contract. A pretty exciting move for the Jays. I think it makes a lot of sense. He's 32 years of age. I still think he's got some good baseball to play. He hasn't been great over the course of the past couple seasons. COVID really messed him up, but he's still got that potential to do what he did, from 2015 to 2020 really. He was a really, really good player with the Boston Red Sox, and really since he's left there, he hasn't been the same, but hopefully he could find his form again. He was with the Red Sox, for 91 games this season until they released him. He played in Milwaukee in 2021, and then, obviously now he's with the Blue Jays for the rest of the season. But over the course of his career, he's just a 228 hitter. He's gets on base 31% of the time, so it's not bad. He's a Gold Glove winner. He's an All-Star. He won the ALCS MVP a few years ago. He's got a World Series under his belt, and he's got that experience, that you really look for. So that's exciting for him. Obviously, he's, defense is probably the best thing that he brings. He's a center fielder, but he could play really anywhere in that outfield. I would expect him to probably be that guy who kind of plays every 2-3 games. He got into the game later on in that game on Tuesday. Didn't really have too much of an impact, but, really limited amount of time. But I think if, Jackie Bradley finds his bat, he's going to be a really solid player because we know what his defense is, and he has not lost that. There's no question about it. But if he finds his bat again, from now till the playoffs, I think he's the guy who the Jays could bring back. The Jays have, a deep outfield core now with Tapia, Merrifield, Jackie Bradley Jr., Springer, Gurriel, Hernandez, and Zimmer. Now, I think this is a Zimmer-type replacement who's going to play a lot more than Zimmer did because Zimmer just really wasn't that great of a player. But I like this Jackie Bradley Jr. signing. I think he could, make a pretty good benefit for the Jays. He could start sometimes hitting that 8-9 spot, 7-8-9 spot, the bottom three of the order. He's a left-handed hitter, which is good. It's something that the Jays don't have too many of. So it's a really good signing, makes a lot of sense. No risk, really high reward, and I think he could be with the Jays for a couple of years ahead if he, finds his bat. Jackie Bradley Jr. is one of those guys that gets people excited. He was a pretty good fan favorite over there in Boston, where they're pretty harsh about their players. So I think this move is good for the fan base. It's good for the Jays as a team. He's a good guy in the dugout, in the locker room. He's a solid veteran player. He's been in the league for 10 seasons. He's played in just, one shy of 1,100 games. That 1,100th game will be probably tomorrow if he gets into that game. The Jays have an off day today, and these games are going to get really important. So with the experience that Jackie Bradley Jr. has, this could be really important. And, he could be a really, really, big difference maker and an impactful player in these games. So hopefully for the Jays, Bradley Jr. is what they brought him in here to be. I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season goes for him, and interested to see if the Jays think he's a long-term guy for the next couple of years with the Jays. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on the Jays bringing in Jackie Bradley Jr. To a major league deal for the rest of the season. I like the move. No risk, lots of reward. You guys let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys all in the next video. Let's go, Blue Jays.